In the middle of uncertainty of QE3 and the saving plan on credit default country in Europe, IDX has reached psychological level of 4,000. After this rise, we need to predict what is going to be happen next. And what about the next resistance level, and what kind of necessary strategy to be applied to deal with this week of trade? And to discuss about it, we have ANDRY. As we know that on Friday, 9th of September, our IDX has reached its psychological level 4,000, even though it is close, not in the 4,000. So how do you see this?
Yeah, I think technically there is a resistance in 4,000, around 4,020. I think the IDX will still moving sideways, and the range for I think around 3,600 to 4,200. It is because the regional condition right now, I mean the U.S. and the Europe debt, but in domestic condition, I mean the economy is quite stable. I think with the interest rate and the inflation in the pretty much in a stable rate right now.
So, all right, do you think that there will be any correction again during this week?
Yeah, I mean if in global they're talking about the downgrade of the Europe debt rating again, so I think it will be a little bit psychological effect to Asia and other market. I think other than that, fundamentally we're doing okay. I mean in terms of the as I said before, the interest rate and other economic indicator in Indonesia, like export and consumer, everything stay okay.
All right, let's talk about the U.S. Tell me about the release data of U.S.
Okay, I think we're looking at the FOMC meeting at the 20 and 21st. Yes, they're going to talk about the economic stimulus in terms of quantitative easing 3, but it's not going to be the quantitative easing 3, but they're calling it right now the Operation Twist. They're going to replace the short-term T-bills with the longer-term T-bills with lower interest rate. But what I see is they need to pay attention to the sovereign mortgage, the old issue before. Otherwise, it's not going to do much, I think. But in short term, it will help a little bit, I think. They're trying to increase the they request the Congress for the 300 to raise the job. I think it will contribute to around 2% to the GDP. Yeah.
To the GDP growth.
Yeah, that's what they've been talking about in the market.
So what do you know about the plan of buying back the bonds?
Yeah, it's one of the options beside the Q3. What they will do is they buy back the bond.
All right. Like that. All right. So do you think the plan of buying back the bonds has a effect of the psychological effect on IDX, which has touched 4,000?
I think if we look at the Dow Jones that been going down recently, we're looking at the 10,600. If that level hasn't been broken down, I think we will be the same level for the IDX also.
We will be the same level with the IDX?
Yes, the IDX will also refer to the Dow Jones, the 10,600.
The 8,000 and
10,600. Yes.
All right. So, do you think that
there will be a strong support for the Dow Jones?
Right. So, what do you think can influence the IDX then?
As I said before, we will have to wait until the day and what's the result. I think it's not gonna do much so far, but it will, in the short term, keep the market quite stable, I think.
Or do you think it will come back to 4,000 again?
For the IDX, yeah, I think IDX has. We just need to wait for other positive sentiment, and then if the positive sentiment comes, IDX will go goes above to 4,100.
4,100. So
yeah,
all right then.
4,100 to 4,200 was the last highest level that IDX.
I think we talk enough about the U.S. and how do you see the Europe now?
Europe, okay. So far we've been talking about the debt crisis in Europe, and there will be maybe another rating will downgrade Europe debt rating again. And what I see is the Central Bank of Europe, they lowered the interest rate to 1.5 right now. Bank of England to 0.5. There are growth potential, but still risk in inflation when they lowered the interest rate.
They are decreasing the interest rate by 1.5%.
Yeah, the interest rate, right. Lower the interest rate by 1.5 right now in the Central Bank of Europe. So I don't see much improvement in Europe, right? So they have a problem in terms of debt right now. So still, Europe, we're talking about debt crisis, and the US, we're talking about the stimulus right now. So the question is, how is it going to affect our market, right? So what I see is IDX will be around the same level, 3,600, the lowest level around, actually around 3,590, and the highest around 4,100.
All right, so let's talk about the technical indications. What do you think, any technical indications which is going to help the IDX to reach the 4,000 spec? 4,000
back. Okay, so as I said before, if the US give a good sign, right, which means that the 20th and the 21st FOMC meeting, maybe if Ben Bernanke give a good speech, maybe it will boost IDX back to 4,000 again. And then if you're looking at several things such as Q3 financial statement will come up soon, I think we're in good shape right now. So inflation quite stable in Indonesia, the interest rate stay the same, and Q3 or second semester of most public company in Indonesia doing okay, and probably around close to the report, I mean the financial report will be able to go up in condition that the US market also showing.
So what do you think about the Indonesia's report then? Indonesia's data report then, as you know at the moment?
The financial report, I think most likely they're doing okay. And with the BI rate stay the same, right? As I said earlier, most company will be affected quite good. And then with the US stimulus solution, I mean, there will be a capital inflow maybe to Indonesia, which I think will be good for the banking sector. And if the banking sector doing good as the inflation and the interest rates stay the same, so other sectors such as property and automobile.
So you stated the banking sector first. So is this does it have something to do with our banking sector? We have one of the best banking sectors in the world now.
I wouldn't say that, because but Indonesia will be one of the destination, I mean, for the emerging market, because foreign, I mean, they're looking at US and Europe already in maybe recession right now. So other than Europe and US, they're looking at emerging markets such as the BRICS country, right? Brazil, Russia, India, and next Indonesia. I think they also consider one of the good country to invest. I mean, if we're looking at 2012, we're going to be in the investment grade period, I think. So I think we're in good shape in terms of emerging market destination for investment.
All right, so how do you see the correlations between the banking sectors and the industry performance in Indonesia?
Okay, if you're looking at the market, what moves the market, money will go into banking first, right? So automatically